Okay, here we are. Usually you got Mauk plus Goody equals 6, but today we got a special edition, a throwback edition, back to Kenton High School, Kenton Middle School, Kenton midget football days. It's
Don't forget midget football.
Mauk plus BC equals 6. Now, Brandon and I have known each other for a very long time. We played, went to elementary school together. We played midget football together from 4th to 6th grade. Went to the same middle school, played in high school together. Last time I played with Brandon, 2001 state championship game. We routed the Newark Licking Valley Tigers 40-13 for our first ever state championship in Kenton High School football history. Brandon goes on the next summer, plays in the Big 33, which puts the best 33 players from Pennsylvania against the best 33 players from Ohio. Out of all those players, the MVP of the game is sitting right next to me, Brandon Cornell. After that game, he goes to Louisville, a true freshman, ends up starting. They go on to beat the 4th-ranked Florida State Seminoles that year. It was really the last year Florida State was at their peak,
level, yep.
At the level that they were in the 90s. But Brandon, why don't you just tell everybody what happened since that first year?
Well, I'll tell you, I had an okay year at Louisville. I played a little bit down there, and things didn't work out. Came home, fought some battles here and there, and now I'm ended up at the University of Findlay, playing football. Just completed my first ever college semester, and I'm definitely looking forward to having a better year than what I had last year, and I had a great year last year. So I'm looking to hopefully take this thing to a whole new level.
That's right. I can tell because, let me tell you something. Brandon Cornell, he's got the biggest neck I've seen, and it's muscular this time. Last time he had a big neck, he was almost 300 pounds.
Ooh, yeah, I was 286, not 300.
He was close to 286. 286 on somebody's scale, 300 pounds on other people's scales. He had a big neck, but there was some hot dogs in that neck. This time he's got a muscular neck.
Yeah,
so
feeling really good. 270 strong.
270 strong. Good to see BC back in shape. But Brandon, we're not talking about college football right now.
Okay.
We're going back. This is Mauk plus BC equals 6.
Yep.
Not Finley's quarterback plus BC equals 6. It's Mauk.
That's right.
So we're going back to high school. Why don't you tell everybody your most memorable high school game? My most memorable
high school game, besides winning the state championship, would definitely been Huron. We were down, 14, I don't remember, but we were down with 8 minutes to go. Fans leaving, remind you not, come back and win that game. 700 yards total offense. Huron had 600. Man next to me dominated that game. Straight domination. The best performance I've ever seen by far.
I was on a good team, and I was put in the right situations, and I had to throw to this guy. Anybody that's a 6'4", at that time, 230 pounds,
yeah.
Wide receiver that nobody can tackle, it makes it a lot easier than a quarterback. My most memorable high school game would have to be Coldwater, 2001. We're down by 10 in the fourth quarter or in the second half. Come back, win by 11, 49-38. Go on.
State, yeah.
We beat them twice that year. Their first game of the season and their last game. We go on to win the state championship, the first in Kenton High School football history. Very memorable, and that's got to be my most memorable game because once we won that game,
right,
it was a lock.
We knew it.
It didn't matter who we played.
We knew it.
And we almost played LeBron James, Akron St. Mary's, but they got beat.
And he's lucky, too, because I'd have guarded him.
He's lucky because I would have thrown passes at him all day long. I might have played a little defense that game and shut him down. But LeBron went and did his thing. Didn't go to college.
Didn't go to college.
Went to NBA. But anyway.
Making millions, by the way.
Most memorable high school game, you said, besides the championship game, would be Huron.
Right.
What's your most memorable high school play?
I would say the Elida game. Thursday at practice, before the game, me and Nick Parr were practicing, picking up fumbles and pitching it to each other. And I'll be darned, that next game has happened. I picked up a fumble, and get ready to get tackled, pitch it to Nick Parr. Nick Parr scores, touchdown, 6 points. It's on our highlight tape, too. So, and then Matt Mulholland tried the same thing next week, but it didn't quite work out.
Didn't work out. If you want to come see that play on DVD, send us an email. You can send us an email. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MaukQB7. Send me a message on there. We'll try to get that play so you can know what we're talking about. But anyway, what's the best part about Kenton football?
Well, I would say, the fans we had following us that year was tremendous.
We go up to Findlay and play Coldwater in state semi-championship or state semi game. There's a mile long of people at least. Tons of buses. We got a huge band.
Cheering when we're walking in.
We go in the locker room. All of a sudden, it sounds like running of the bulls.
Yeah.
They must have opened the gates and let all the fans in. Everybody get their seat. We come out to warm up, and our side's packed. So that's just a little description by high school
Thank
football.
you to the fans.
You want another description by high school football? Look behind us.
Yep.
17 or 18, 19, I don't know how many
Lost
consecutive
count.
winning seasons in a
Lost
row.
count.
WBL championships, state playoffs, state championships, and one thing they do every day is improve.
That's right.
They try to improve and get
You
better
see that at the bottom
as
right
football players and as young men every day.
That's right.
But
I would say the coaches though, with that question you
Coaches.
asked me. I mean, I had a bunch of memories, a bunch of relationships, and still do to this day. We had the best coaching staff. They're still together, and I want to thank them. For making me who I am today as a player and a person. So thank you guys.
I'd say the best part about playing high school football in Kenton, Ohio, is playing with the guys you grew up with. There's only 8,000 strong in this town, but we make it work. We make it happen at the high school football level. But and it's not like what it is today.
No.
You go out to the midget football field 15 years ago, whatever, how many years ago it
Long
was.
time.
The Sharks, we didn't like the Colts. We didn't like the Buckeyes. We didn't like the Wildcats.
It was war.
It was war. It was war. Brandon put a guy in the hospital, broke his collarbone.
I do remember that now, over in Ridgemont.
Dustin saying.
Yeah, sorry, Dustin, if you're watching this, I do apologize. Everybody said it was a clothesline, but your dad, Coach Mauk, thinks it was a clean hit.
It was a clean hit. It was a clean hit, but we tried to kill each other back then. Now
That's
you
right.
go out there, all the friends, everybody's friends. But back then, you didn't like the opposing player. You
That's
didn't like
right.
opposing coaches. It was competitive. It was a competitive event.
That's right.
Let's not talk about football right now. Let's go back to high school in general. Favorite teacher. Favorite teacher.
I would have to give a shout out to Don Broyles. Mr. Broyles, chemistry teacher, by far the best teacher. Always wanted him, never ask him a question, So, great guy, great personality, by far my favorite teacher. What about yours?
It's gonna be it's a toss up. Mr. Broyles is definitely one of my favorite teachers, but my other one is Mr. Jardot.
Mr. Jardot. I've
Mr.
never
Jardot.
had Mr. Jardot.
Here's the thing about Mr. Jardot is he looks like Goldmember from the Austin Powers movie. And so we tease him about it all the time. He does go rollerblading sometimes. Supposedly he said he does. So he was a good teacher, but Mr. Broyles was right up there with him. So it's a toss up between these two. Now, someone out there not from Kenton, they watch the show. They see Mauk plus BC equals 6. And hey, I want to go visit this town.
Mm-hmm.
One place they have to go if they come to Kenton.
I would say the Mexican restaurant, and shout out to those guys out there, because I tell you what, the best Mexican food, you travel around town, anywhere else, you ain't eating at no other Mexican restaurant other than ours, so definitely the Mexican restaurant.
We don't have a Cece's. We don't have a White Castle. We don't have a Skyline. The only food that's going to go right through you is the Mexican restaurant. So I would tell you not to go to the Mexican restaurant. I would tell you need to go to Robinson Field and see the history and tradition.
That's true. That's another place to go to.
It's built. That's kind of put this town on the map, to be honest.
Right. That's
Because
exactly
people in Cincinnati don't know Kenton, but they know Kenton football.
Right.
And I say I'm from Kenton. They say we don't know where that is, but we heard of your football team. So I would say you definitely got to go to Robinson Field. Now here it is. Non-football related.
Okay.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Bring it to me.
The most memorable event in high school that's not related to football.
Definitely Upper Sandusky basketball game. Definitely.
I called it.
Definitely. We were playing Upper Sandusky. This kid that was guarding me kept pinching me, elbowing me, and I told Coach Gilbert, I said, Coach, you see it on film. I said, this kid keeps pinching me. Coach tried to tell the refs. It sort of blew out of proportion on my part. Shot went up, tried to go for a rebound. This kid boxed me out. And next thing you know, I just tossed him. And
he's on the ground.
Threw the elbow to the face and only got a technical foul. So thank you to the referee who didn't toss me out that game. Thank you very much.
My most memorable event, not one of my most proudest events, but night before the Coldwater game or 2 nights before the Coldwater game, Wednesday night, we stay at Chase Someone's house. Brandon comes, picks us up in the pickup truck. We go to the golf course. They got a big tournament the next day. And we toilet paper the golf course. I was the only one to go out there and apologize and say I'm sorry.
I did.
Brandon. Only two to go out and apologize. We were sorry about that.
Musgrave, sorry.
Me too.
Still sorry to the day.
We got to wrap things up here, but real fast before we go, the sniffer. If you haven't heard the sniffer, here it is.
Shout out to all the sniff fans out there.
Brandon's got 9.5 fingers, and that's the sniffer. Brandon, what's one thing people need to know about you that they don't know right now?
As of right now, I'm at the University of Findlay. If you don't know, come up and watch us play and be supportive. Like you guys were supportive of my boy here last night, dominating the Commandos game.
We're going to sell it out. Finley Field. This is Mauk plus BC equals 6. Always equals 6 for the rest of our lives.
That's right.
We'll see you next time.